me, I think it's bullshit. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess if you offend LeBron, everybody get mad. I guess when you compete against LeBron, everybody get mad. He got a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, he might say some things, but he ain't the first player to do that. Ron Artest did it. I did it. Draymond does it. Like, I don't understand. I guess he poked the wrong bear, but I don't agree with that shit. I don't agree with them coming out and saying that shit. Baltimore did the same shit with Lamar Jackson. Tried to come out and demean him so nobody else wouldn't sign it. Nobody else wouldn't sign him. I've been in those shoes where people try to demean your character and say these certain things about you and don't understand that this guy just like playing the game a certain type of way. He play hard. Is he the most talented player? No. But he competes. He's in the NBA for a reason. Y'all signed him. Y'all brought him there for a reason. But don't demean him now because he said some things or he might have ruffled y'all feathers. Okay, what would have been better for me? For Memphis to come out and say, you know what? We can't have Ja doing all this and Dillon. We have to get rid of one of them for the betterment of our organization. But don't just try to single Dillon Brooks out just because he played the game a certain way with a chip on his shoulder to make it seem like he's a bad guy and we just gonna come out and say we don't want to bring him back at all. I think that's bullshit on their behalf.
I like Steven Jackson. I like that he's not afraid to speak his mind and tell things how he truly sees it, but in this case, he's completely wrong. You don't have to love how the Memphis Grizzlies handled the situation, but it has nothing to do with LeBron James. Yeah, Dillon Brooks poked the bear and he talked trash to LeBron specifically, but it was his play on the court that caused his downfall. You don't see this happening to John Morant or Jaren Jackson Jr. when they talk trash. This is all on Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks went from a guy that was a good defender who could get you buckets when you really needed it to a guy that's completely useless on offense and overrated on defense. In his first playoff series, Dillon Brooks averaged a super efficient 25 points a game and played great defense, so the Memphis Grizzlies thought they had a young star or just a young corner piece for their team. But as time went on, Dillon Brooks fell off. He averaged 14 points a game this season on 39% shooting from the field and 32% from three-point range. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, in the playoff series against the Lakers, he averaged 10 points a game on 31% shooting from the field and 23% from three-point range. How on earth is that LeBron James's fault? The number one reason for Dillon Brooks being in this situation is the fact that he didn't contribute on the court. He was one of the biggest reasons for their loss. And if he didn't talk so much trash, then the Memphis Grizzlies wouldn't have went public with it. The reason why they made sure that everyone knew they were done with Dillon Brooks is because of all the trash talking he does. Of course, you don't have to agree with it. They could have went behind closed doors and told Dillon Brooks that they weren't interested in giving him a contract. But the reason they made sure the media knew and everyone in the league knew that they didn't want Dillon Brooks was because they didn't want that image anymore of a team that talks trash and is unable to back it up. If Dillon Brooks backed up the trash talk, they would have zero issue with his image. But it's the fact that they keep losing and they don't know when to shut up. That's not LeBron James's fault. They did the same thing last year against the Golden State Warriors. The Grizzlies front office is tired of their team being a laughingstock, a team that talks trash and can't back it up. It might be harsh, and it might not be fair to a guy that's been there for 6 years, but the Memphis Grizzlies weren't getting what they asked out of Dillon Brooks, and they're deciding to go in a different direction. They didn't have to handle it that way. They didn't have to go to the public. They didn't have to word it in such a manner that makes him the villain here. But Dillon Brooks wanted to be the villain. The point is, if you're going to talk trash, you better back it up, or it might just bite you in the ass. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Memphis Grizzlies not taking back Dillon Brooks under any circumstance. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.